If you have trouble to focus and you feel like your attention span is just very short and you're constantly distracted from the work you are supposed to do, a notebook might be the solution to your problem. So in this video, I want to talk about how you can use a notebook to fix your attention span. Let's get into it. Now, there's a big misconception about your ability to focus, and that is that it just depends on your attention span and your capability to focus for a certain period of time. Yes, there is some truth to it, but before we come to this, we first have to address the bigger problem that is probably undermining your ability to focus for extended periods of time. Most of the time when you have trouble to focus, it's just because you have too many options. There's so many alternatives you could focus on, but the work you are supposed to focus on. Because there are just so many distractions in our lives, being it family members, co-workers, your phone that is constantly asking for your attention, the news, your email account. There's so many things you could focus on right now. And they're kind of lingering in the back of your mind, or they're actively asking for your attention. So you will be interrupted all the time. Your mind will wander to the other things it could do right now. And it's just not made for that. We human beings, we are made for single tasking. And the more options we have, the more difficulty we have to actually focus on one thing at a time. So here's where the notebook comes into play. I want you to sit down with your notebook and write down everything that is distracting you right now from the thing you want to do. And you'll come up with a couple of things. And I'll give you a couple of things I'll come up with on a regular basis when I do this. For me, very often it's noises outside, it's my phone, it's people around me that are asking for my attention, it's email. Now, once you've written down all of this, you now have way more clarity about what is holding you back from focusing on the things that are important. And now that you've written it down, you can actually do something about it and try to avoid these distractions as much as possible. If your phone is the thing that is distracting you, well, switch it off, put it into a different room. If it's coworkers, well, tell them that you need just time to focus right now and you don't want to be interrupted, for example. Now, only when you have eliminated all of these distractions can we really come to test your attention span, because now you have set the ground for focusing on your work. And obviously, no matter how disciplined you are and how good your focus is, you will not be able to focus on the work in front of you for hours at a time. Your mind will wander and you will think about other things. You will daydream. But the practice is to get back to that every single time. Now, one of the ways a notebook can help you with that is through a journaling practice, because journaling just takes effort and time and focus for longer periods of time. The more you do it, the longer you do it, the better you'll get at just doing this one single task. And the great thing about journals and notebooks is that they come without distractions, right? There is no internet connection here. There are no notifications. It's just you and your pen and your notebook and nothing else. So just the practice of journaling every single day and writing your thoughts down will increase your attention span. Now, here's another way your notebook can really help you with fixing your attention span. And that is through just being there for you to write things down that you have to remember later or that you want to do later on. When you're working, there'll come up all of these different ideas and questions and things you have to look up or things you have to do later in the day. And you'll get tempted to do them right now in the middle of your work, which is a very bad idea because constantly switching between tasks is just very taxing energetically. It will cost you a lot of energy and time. But even if you can ignore these urges to do something else, you'll feel the pressure of having to remember what just came up in your mind, and it will constantly come back to you because you're actively trying not to forget it because it is important later on. So a simple solution to deal with that is every time you come up with such a thought, just write it down. Write it down in your notebook and come back to it later, because that will allow you to actively forget about it because you now wrote it down. It will be out of your mind, out of your system, and that will allow you and help you to focus on the thing that is important right now for longer periods of time. Now, one more thing that is actually destroying your ability to focus for longer periods of time is your smartphone and you spending hours upon hours every day doom scrolling through it. So I made this video for you where I tell you how I reduced my personal screen time from 4 hours to less than 30 minutes a day, which eventually led to me having a longer attention span as well. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.